Are you worried that your kids who are homeschooled might not get enough socialization? This is a really common concern that homeschool parents have, and even that a lot of people who aren't homeschooled have for our kids on our behalf. And so I think it's really important as homeschool parents that we have a strategy for how we're going to be socializing our kids. So today I want to share 5 super actionable strategies that you can use to make sure that your kids are getting some social experiences. Please hit like on this video and subscribe to the channel so that you'll be notified whenever a new video is released. So the first way that a lot of homeschool families like to do socialization is to look for extracurricular or enrichment activities. And this is a great way to help your homeschooled kids make friends because they can get to know some kids that share similar interests when they're participating in an extracurricular activity together. This is also a great way to have your kids have some experience in a classroom or working with a group of kids and a team or a coach or a teacher, if that's something that's important to you. So these extracurricular activities could include sports teams or individual sports like martial arts or archery or golf. You could enroll your kids in swimming lessons. You could do music lessons or join a music group or ensemble. Your kids could take dance lessons. You could do art classes like drawing or crafts or pottery or sewing. Your kids could participate in drama groups or clubs or put on plays. You could attend church events like Sunday school or church clubs. You could do Boy or Girl Scouts. Your kids could join a book club. You could take small group lessons, so something like horseback riding or another skill. Your kids could do cooking classes or foreign language lessons. You could sign them up for educational clubs like a STEM club or a chess club. Your kids could join a group or an organization like First Lego League, or you might even create an organized play group with other homeschool families. Many of these activities will give your kids an opportunity to meet other kids who share their interests. And this is awesome because kids who have common interests will have an easier time becoming friends, and they will also have a natural subject built in to talk about because they share that common interest. This can also be a really great opportunity to give your kids that kind of classroom setting experience, doing things like following directions from a teacher or waiting their turn or needing to share with a classmate. A second way that you can help your child who's homeschooled to be socialized is to find a homeschool co-op. And these can also be called a homeschool cooperative or a homeschool co-op. And they're made up of a group of families that work together to accomplish common goals. The size and setup of the homeschool co-op will look a little bit different depending on where you are and how the co-op is structured. But usually co-ops meet to provide classes or enrichment activities for homeschoolers to do together. Sometimes parents in the co-op will teach the classes, or sometimes the co-op might work together to pay for a teacher for their kids. But no matter how it's organized, co-ops are really great for homeschool socialization because they allow homeschooled kids to meet other homeschooled kids and make new friends. And they also are a really great way to provide access to classes and experiences that homeschoolers could not get at home. So if there's a subject that you just don't feel comfortable teaching or that would involve too much prep work or too many supplies to be able to teach it at home, but your child is still interested in doing that, finding a co-op can be a really great way to get your child those experiences. The third way that you can find some socialization for your homeschool child is to join a local homeschool group. And a great place to find these local homeschool groups is through just a Facebook search. These groups are great for finding support and for answering specific questions. And they're also a great place to ask general questions about your state's homeschool laws. The people in the group will not be able to give legal advice, but often they can point you to state-specific resources that can. And some homeschool groups will organize meetups or activities for families to participate in. One really common activity is the Homeschool Park Day, where the groups will just schedule a time where families can come and meet at a park or a playground for fun and for connections. And local homeschooling groups sometimes organize field trips or field days as well. The group can use its size and its connections to get access to tours and activities that individual families might not be able to do on their own. This is a really great way to find fun activities to do with your kids. The fourth way to socialize your homeschooled child is to create a homeschool pod or a micro school. And these became really popular in the last year or two. So to do this, you're going to look for a few other homeschool families in your area and create a group that works together to educate their kids. The group may share responsibilities for teaching different subjects among the parents in the group, or they might hire a teacher for the kids together. Homeschool pods are usually smaller than co-ops, and they often meet in families' homes. And this gives parents even more control and flexibility over what is taught and how it's taught. Families who are considering setting up a homeschool pod should really think about communicating their expectations in advance. It's important that all the families are comfortable with what's being taught and how the responsibility for the teaching is being divided within the homeschool pod. And then finally, you can look for community classes. And this can be a really great way to get some really exciting experiences for your child. Local libraries and museums and zoos and other organizations often offer classes for kids. And these are a great resource when you're looking for enrichment activities for your homeschool child. You can search the websites of the organizations, or you can ask in local mom groups, or sometimes you can check with friends to see what classes they have found. These classes can be a really great way for homeschoolers to meet other kids their age that share common interests while learning a new skill at the same time. So if you found value in this video, please hit like and subscribe to the channel so that you'll get notified whenever a new video is released. And please share in the comments, what do you love to do to socialize your homeschooled child?